Hey folks, this is Mark Divine. Welcome back to Mark's Daily Brief. Today we're going to talk about how do you master something? How do you really master it to the level that you can do it with unconscious competence? The two dominant principles or philosophies of Unbeatable Mind are to master yourself at all levels so that you can serve others powerfully and with integrity and authenticity. But how do you master yourself, or how do you master anything? Well, first, we learn something by consuming information, right? So we read or we listen to a video like this, and we investigate it and we research it, and we also make sure that that information is coming from a credible source, like me, for instance. Then that's not enough, but a lot of people stop there. In fact, the crux of our whole academic programs, or at least most of them, there's a few good ones that get what I'm talking about, is to basically just have you consume information as if that's how you really learn, but you don't. You just skim along the surface, and then you can learn it long enough to regurgitate it for a test, but you don't really embody that knowledge. So that's just the first layer. The second layer is you put into practice what you've learned. So you take what you've learned conceptually and you find the practical application, and then you work with it. You use it in your everyday life. So for instance, with Unbeatable Mind, it's really interesting to think about breath training, or to think about concentration and attention control and visualization. And you can learn some interesting things and be excited about its potential, but you won't know it unless you practice it every day and in a practical way that's appropriate for you. But that's still not enough. Now, the third layer where mastery comes from is when you begin to teach it, especially when you don't think you're ready to teach. So that's why we have a coaching program where we take people who have worked with and understood and consumed Unbeatable Mind content, and we know that they've practiced it, but they want to go deeper, they want to master it, so we teach them how to teach it by becoming coaches and mentors and teachers of the principles. So that's where mastery will come from. And when you've done that for a number of years, some say 10,000 hours, then you can consider yourself a master, and at that point you will recognize that you're just getting warmed up and scratching the surface of mastery, because that's a lifelong process. So there you go. That's mastery in a nutshell. Consume the content, learn it intellectually, then practice and begin to embody it at a visceral level, and then go teach it. And teach before you think you're ready, because the best teachers didn't wait till they mastered things, because if they did, they never would have mastered it, because the final step of mastery is to teach. All right, so that's your challenge for the day, is to become a world-class teacher and coach of what you think is important for others to learn. And if that's Unbeatable Mind, then I encourage you to check out our coach certification program. Our next cohort starts on May 5th, and you can find the webinar we recently did on that at unbeatablemind.com. Stay focused. See you next time. Divine out.